My name's Sherry Humes, and I'm your service assistant this morning. Our music ministry is with Marcia Osborne. Thank you. Yeah. And we want to thank everybody that serves. And so I want to thank the AV team, greeters, food providers, chaplains. And our chaplain today is Diane. Sorry, I just got back from Europe, so I'm kind of like jet lag, so I can look at people and go, "What's your name?" Anyway, back to the gentleness of today. If you're here for the first time, we say thank you and we welcome you and look forward to greeting you with some coffee and snacks at the back of the sanctuary after service today. And our message is being given by Reverend Frank, who will come up and share the theme.
Good morning. The message today is called, it's going from drifting to shifting. And it's a bit of a follow-on from last week, if you were here. I know we'll get into it. And yeah, like, in what ways are we going in life in the energy of just drift? And how do we make a shift that really locks in and supports us for our highest good? So that's the trend today. But also, we're going to do announcements now, because once the service starts, we're just going to stay in service mode. So here's a few announcements. Next Sunday is the 5th of July, so obviously the day after the 4th. And we're going to do a potluck, and it's going to be, we're going to barbecue and have food like on the grill. And so the idea for the potluck is bring sides. Whatever your childhood favorite 4th of July side is, thinking of my mom's baked beans, you know, or whatever it was for you. So it's going to be a side piece. And as a note to that, we have a sign-up sheet. And we're going to need some people 2 or 3 people to run the grills. You can sign up for that. Or to clean up after, which is like put the tables away and the dishes, and there's 4 or 5 people for that. But also to set up. So the setup, at least one person who said they could do it, we talked about Saturday morning, at 10. That's the 4th of July. So we want to come in and set up all the tables, get everything ready. But let's do it early because it just might be that you've got stuff to do on the 4th of July. Who knows? So this will be towards the back. And I'll put this on a table that's, as you leave, it's going to be right to the right, a card table. And also on that card table, there's a big card. It's a retirement card wishing Janae all the best because not only will it be our 4th of July potluck, but it's going to be a sort of goodbye to Janae, who's retired. And this will be her last week. And so on the 4th of July, 5th of July, come sign the card, and then we'll come say goodbye to Janae. Also, this coming Friday is First Friday, which means Power Art. Where's Malin? Power Art will be right here on this Friday night with the Power for July. And also, now this is an aspirational idea, but many of us and a lot of people have said, what if we did like a multi-family garage sale and did it in the parking lot? And so if you have stuff you've been saving up and you want to come in and bring it and put your card here and have a garage sale, and of course, if you're a member of Unity, we would kind of think that whatever you'd make would be a donation. So you get to help out with a donation to Unity. Also, you get to clear out your garage. Also, we could have a lot of fun. And also, we would reach out to a lot of the neighbors. It'd be a multi-family garage sale. And we try to get a way to meet neighbors who could just drive down the street from the various. The one thing we don't have is like a champion to pull all this together. As I said, it's aspirational. So if you go, that's something I would really like to help organize, just to, we can get the flyers, but just get out and help grab people and organize and be here for that day and pull it together, then let me know. It's just needing somebody to marshal it through and get it across the finish line. So if that sounds interesting to you, let us know, because it could be a lot of fun. And also, one other announcement on a kind of a serious note. We want to do this announcement first so we can include it in our prayer consciousness for today. But our friend Sonia has friends in Gaza, and over the years, she's been able to communicate with her friends in Gaza, and she just got a communication, and she wants to update a little bit about the situation with her friends there.
I'd like to invite you all to please hold the people of Gaza in your hearts and in your prayers. Adele, man, a father of 4 that I've been communicating with for 2.5 years. We FaceTimed again this morning. His 4 kids are all covered with sores. They don't have money for medicine. I send them $300 a month to pay for the rent for their tent. They have no doctors. Sometimes they can get medicine, but there is a way. There are people in the U.S. who have access to help them. And I know the money gets to them because as soon as I send it, I send a picture of my donation, and he thanks me. And he even shows me pictures of the food he buys. So I'd love you to just pray for those people. This morning, we can't talk because I don't speak Arabic, and he doesn't speak English, but we translate. And this morning, I asked him after our FaceTiming, and I show him the animals and stuff on the farm to give some beauty into their life. But his kids cry a lot at night because they're really hurting from hunger and this sores. And I asked him, are they still bombing? And he said, yes, the bombing doesn't stop every day. They're killing us every day. I was walking down the street when they bombed a tent next to me and I almost died. So they need to know in their hearts that they deserve to be on earth and survive this. So please pray for that and for angels to surround them. Thank you so much. And if you want to donate, come talk to me and I can tell you how. Thanks.
Okay, I think it's time to do some singing. So I realize you don't have lyric sheets in front of you today, we have two songs. They are both chants. The first one is one that we learned, those of us who were part of the conference last fall, this is one of the songs we learned at conference. It's called I Give It Up. And it basically has two parts. The first line, or first two lines are, I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. And then we sing that for several times through, and then it goes into Heya, and we repeat that for a bit. So, and it's just back and forth between those two phrases. So, Kate is going to play the drum and keep us in a rhythmic state. Think heartbeat. And it's a 3-note melody. So here you go. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. Hey, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Say hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Say hey, ya, 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 hey, ya. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. Say hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. Hey, ya, say hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya, hey, ya. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. I give it up to you, my God. I give it up to you right now. This next song is Michael Gott, and you've probably heard it before. It's called I Am. I am strong. Strong. Repeat that. I am strong. The strength of God is in my life. I am strong. I am peace. I am. I am peace. I am. Peace. The peace of God is in my life. I am peace. And back to loved. I am. I am. I am loved. One more time. I am. I am. I am loved.
There is one living power, one presence that moves all creation, sustains everyone in our community and the world in wisdom and love. This presence abides in us, and as every person. It is the strength of our community and the light that always guides us. We affirm this for ourselves and for the world. This love force is with us. It goes before us, preparing the way. It walks beside us and rises within us, gives us courage, clarity, and peace. May this presence be felt in every heart across every boundary, bringing healing where there is pain, unity where there is division, and wisdom where there is uncertainty. We rest in this loving presence and allow it to move through us as peace and joy in action. And if you would now join me in repeating our opening invocation, which you can find in your bulletin. There is only one presence and one power active as the universe and as our lives, the all-loving goodness of God, and all is well. We come together in prayer. Here we are many, and as such we become one heart, one mind, joining with Spirit Divine. The most simple prayer is thank you. Thank you. We collectively pray for those affected by the devastating earthquake in Venezuela and also the Philippines. We hold the peoples of Gaza as well in our hearts and minds. We hold the high watch for all those who are missing, for families that are in mourning. We pray that the aid will arrive and healing begin. Now let us hold the high watch for each other, for healing, for safety, to have any need met that brings greater well-being, and knowing that when we ask, it is given. Let us complete this time of prayer with a heartfelt thank you. Thank you. And now I'd invite you to speak aloud anyone or anything you would like to have included in this prayer, or simply hold your prayer intention in consciousness. And now we begin meditation. This is for you. In meditation, we begin with breath. Nourish your body and relax your mind with several deep, slow breaths. As you take a new breath, feel your body respond. Now breathe up through your toes, your legs and belly, up through your chest and out the top of your head, and repeat. And as you breathe, imagine you were floating in a current of light and love, softly floating along. And as you float in this current of light and love, you become aware you are not alone. Spirit Divine is the current that is holding you. You are loved. You are held. Breathe. Relax as you float in the flow of light and love with Spirit Divine.
when you're ready, come back. I was riding my bike. Is that loud to you guys? Is it too loud? A little bit too loud? Yeah, a little loud, you guys, I think. Riding my bike home, I went by hardware sales, and they had one of those tent sales. And all around, wrapped around the hardware sales, they had like DeWalt and all the different brands. And there was something about, I just wanted to buy a tool. I don't need one. But the thought of like that yellow and black DeWalt box and taking it home with a new tool. I'm not the only one, right? Yeah. Greg, you're laughing. So I didn't need any of those tools, but what I want to offer everyone today is a tool. Something that you can take home and put to use. And what I find with this tool, it's so clarifying to me and really helps me along my awakening, my journey of paying attention, being aware, and being in the energy of presence. So to understand this tool, you have to do something first. Is what I want to ask you, everybody, is to think of a story, a real story that's in your life, something that happens to you, and it might be something like, this happened to me 2 weeks ago, and it still bugs me. And I just laugh at myself because why does this bug me so much? Now, you can choose to think of a story that's kind of like a paper cut story. Like, it doesn't bother me that much, but it does bother me, and it's kind of funny how it does. Or you can choose to think of something bigger in your life, a real struggle with, a deep challenge in your life as well. I'll give you an example to see, just something you can use. I was in Trader Joe's, and I love to get those blue corn chips. I pull bags, and I keep looking, and the bottom third of the bag is full of crumbs. And I'm like, stop, what is happening with the corn chips at the bottoms are full of crumbs? So I'm walking down the aisle, and there's, the people, they're working, and they're packing all the time. And this lady comes up with this box. She gets on her knees, she picks up the big box of corn chips, and she goes, slam, 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 trying to get them all. And I just want to go, stop slamming my corn chips. I know, it's silly, but I still remember it. And there's this part of me that's like, how dare she? Doesn't she know how to do the corn chips? You're breaking the corn chips. I better inform, where's the manager? Or maybe I can make some remark. It's like, what have those corn chips ever done to you? I could just get in a little dig. I know it's silly, but this is the kind of, and I know I'm not the only one here. Okay. Hello, human beings. Here we are. So there's a way to think of this is there's a sense that we're in this place of beingness. This is the place we want to be. We're just centered. We're in presence. It's like maybe how I just felt through that meditation when the Koshi bells, I was like, there, just centered. And then the next stage is something happens. You fill in the blank. Does everybody have a story? Because this is much better if you can think of something. Big or small, doesn't matter. It's the tool that we want to look at today. Okay, so you got your story. And if you haven't got one yet, I'll add to this. Have you been triggered recently? Yeah. Do you want some ideas? Yeah, I could give you a few. I think you can do it yourself. So what happens is we're in presence, we're peaceful, and then something happens. And what happens is we go into what I have Kurt called the drift. Now we're drifting. Now we're off, floating around, upset, out of peace, disengaged from presence, from being, from our awareness. But there is a way, and here's the tool. There's a way we can go, we shift. And then once we shift, we can move back into being. And there's a way we can do the shift bodily, and there's a way we can do the shift in consciousness. But here's what I want to suggest happens. And I love this because it's kind of see-through. It's a little triangle. Can you see it? It's through, it's got some lines and stuff. And this triangle has the three sides, of course. And the three sides are, there's a villain, there's a victim, and there's the person who's going to fix it. And if you feel like you're being the victim, how do you know? You can complain. That's a good clue. Or you can be the one that's going to fix it all. You know, I know what to do. I especially know how to fix you. Yeah, the fix it. Or there's the or I'm feeling or there's the villain, you know. And you go, well, I'm not the villain. Have you blamed somebody lately? we go, well, if it wasn't for that person. And by the way, everybody drifts. That's not the question of how do we get to a point where we don't play this game. There's that within us that's designed by our ego that wants to protect ourselves physically, but protect ourselves emotionally, where we so easily fall into this blame, victim and fixer and villain. Do you remember there was I told this to Diane, she didn't remember it, but I remember as a kid, I want to see if you guys remember this, Dudley Do-Right. Who remembers Dudley Do-Right? Okay. Dudley Do-Right was this Royal Mounted policeman. This is a cartoon. And the camp where he was in his camp, the head guy of the camp had a daughter. And her name was Nell Fenwick. I know this. What's in your... I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, but I remember. And the villain was Snidely Whiplash. Yeah, that was it. Snidely Whiplash. Snidely Whiplash had the little black mustache and the cape and the hat. But Dudley Do-Right never got it right. His horse was smarter than he was. That's the funny thing. Ooh, for 100 bonus points. It was horse. I know this. The horse was called Horse. And Nell was in love with that horse. Dudley, yeah, because the horse was the only one with any sense. But anyhow, it was always this thing where it's like Dudley, who was the one who can always save the day and fix it, although he never could. He never could. And Nell, in this cartoon, poor Nell was always the victim because the villain, Snidely Whiplash, was always seemed to be capturing Nell. And what did he do with her? Tied her to the railroad tracks. That's right. Every single time she tied her to the railroad tracks, and the horse or Dudley would save the day. What I love about it is that, of course, I didn't know this at the time. They're just showing us the ridiculousness of this play of consciousness. The one who's going to fix it, the energy within us that's the victim, and the energy within us that's a villain. Of course, they never say why Snidely Whiplash is such a villain. But the thing is, they're all us. They're all us. This is when we're drifting. This is when we're drifting. I'm not drifting. I see the problems in the world. I'm going to fix them. And part of the solution, part of the tool for working with this is when this is happening and we're caught. We're caught in it. And we don't even sometimes know until we do. And here's the good part. Sometimes we can go, oh, that's happening. And then we're back into awareness. And we look at going, I'm doing that again. And that breaks the spell. We see it. We come back into awareness. And we got to find the little clues that were there. I want you to hear this story. It's a fascinating story and gives us part of the solution for the way out of this trap. There was a festival, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem, this highest up to the state of consciousness. We're in a high state of consciousness. And there was, by the sheep gate, there's a pool, which is called Bethesda, which means the house of mercy. So something in this world is happening. There's something about this place of mercy. And in this house of mercy, there's 5 porticos. And when you hear 5, what do you usually think of? The 5 senses. So within this house of mercy, you see a lot of people around this 5 porticos, and there was a pool of water. Now, by the way, later, if you know the story, it's not in here, but later people have told us that the theory was an angel would come down and stir the water. And if you were the first one to jump into the pool after it was stirred, you'd be healed. Yeah. What a story. What a story. So, in these, by the pool lay many ill, blind, lame, and paralyzed people. One person was there who'd been there for 38 years. Boy, can we hold on to our stories. 38 years. And when Jesus, the I am consciousness, saw this person lying there and knew that that person had been there a long time, Jesus said to him, "Do you want to be made well?" So when we're in this drifting, the question is, do we want to be made well? Do we want to get out of it? Do we want to move on? This is great. But the ill man answered, well, what do you think he'd answer? Like, yes? So here's what he says. I don't have anyone to put me in the water when the water stirred up. And then while I'm making my way there, someone else jumps in ahead of me. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so there's a victim, a victor, and a fix-it. So how do you fix it? What do? You get into the water when the angel stirs it. There's a fix, right? And the guy says, I don't have anyone to help me into the water. So what's he thinking of himself? He's a victim. No one will help me. No one's helping me get in the water. And then somebody else gets in there ahead of me. What's that? The villain. So within this little story, we got the villain. All those people getting ahead of me. Those snidely whiplashes. And I try, but I can't get there first because I'm such a victim. And if only I get in the water when the angel stirred it, they would do it. They would fix me. Somebody needs to fix me. All Jesus said is, do you want to be made well? And he went, well, here's the problem. There's a victim and a victor, and there's a story of fixing it. And I'm caught in that story. Not what Jesus asked. So here's what Jesus says. He says, why don't you stand up? Why don't you take your mat? And why don't you walk out of here? Why don't you stand up? Why don't you take the mat? Why don't you walk out of here? And all at once, that man found out he was well. He took up the mat and he began to walk. Now that day was Sabbath, and so the people who were around said to the man who had been cured, it's Sabbath. It's not lawful for you to pick up your mat and walk. No sooner did he get this, he's right, but wait, there's a problem. It's Sabbath. What are you doing? You're walking with your mat. Now you're the villain, and we know how to fix it. And you're making us victims because you're rooting our religious law. And we're right back into the same mess again. Isn't that a crazy story? It's like, can we please just put the triangle down for a minute? So here's this beautiful place. So I'm going to offer, here's this story. And think of your story again. Think of your story. Well, just take a minute. If you want, just close your eyes. We started with a story. I know, like, my chips are broken. I'm such a victim. That woman who's dropping the boxes is the villain. I'm going to tell the manager I can fix it. And I'm still telling the story 2 months later. Caught in that energy. Caught in the like. So think of your story. And within the story, you're telling yourself this trigger, this thing that really has got you upset. Who's the villain? Who's the victim? And who are you expecting to fix it? See the triangle at play. Just see that dynamic playing out. Okay. And as you see it, take a breath. We're going to do 4 breaths. See that story playing. You just take a breath and go, I see you. I see what's going on. And you take another breath. I see how I've been putting myself in the role of victim or villain or boy, I could just fix it. Or someone needs to fix me. Why doesn't someone fix this? Take a breath. Start to hear that different voice that allows us to stand with a more open posture where we let our defenses down. Take a breath. Come back to presence. Let your shoulders relax. Come back to the truth of who you are. You see this triangle play out. You're aware of this game that's being played in your mind. You're aware that your ego is playing these defensive games and trying to make sense of things and defend yourself from feeling like it's my fault or someone's doing something to me, and just start to take responsibility in your own consciousness that this story that you're holding is just a story in your mind. It's just a story. And your story can change. Your story, you can look at that story. You can ask questions of the story. And then just take another breath. And we start with just getting back to center, getting back to presence, getting back to our essence, our center of being, by seeing the story that's at play, not allowing it to own us, just seeing it. And then here's another part of the tool that I want to offer you. That the next thing we do is that we can ask a question. And this question is, I wonder. Now, if the wonder question puts us back on the triangle, it's not the question we want to ask. The lady with the chips. I wonder if I can tell her something about how to hold the boxes and not break the chips. Fixing it, not the right question. Yeah, right, and good luck. Yeah. I wonder what's wrong with her. Blame. That's not the right question. I wonder if this person's having a hard day. I wonder how I might show up in love in this situation. I wonder how I can be kind to this person who's working so hard to put my favorite blue chips up on the shelf in Trader Joe's. I wonder in what ways I'm being a little overzealous and busting chips metaphorically myself. I wonder. Why are you laughing so hard? I wonder, what else? For the man at the pool who'd been sitting there 38 years. I could see him saying, I wonder, all these people around me, I wonder if there's some kind of community we can make together. I wonder if there's a way we can support each other. I wonder if other people are feeling like I do, and maybe we can have a community that supports each other for our growth and transformation. I wonder how I can show up in love instead of being angry and blaming. Or you can ask questions. I wonder what I did wrong that got me into this. Back to blame, back to victim. As soon as you see that, look at it over here, come back to center. I'm curious. We use our imagination and we use our strength. We use our imagination, I wonder, and we use our strength. Because in that place of imagination and our wonder and our strength, can you feel that it's now coming back to me? It's coming back. It starts putting the energy here. It starts saying, I wonder how I can show up in love. I wonder how I can be compassionate. I wonder how I can serve this situation. I wonder how I can maybe grow and let go of some of these old habits or prejudices or assumptions that I have. I wonder what I don't know that I don't know. I'm just really curious about how else I can show up. I'm just really curious that in Unity of Bellingham, I'm really curious. I wonder what's next for us. I wonder how we can show up in the community in new ways. I wonder what we're going to do this year. I know we're going to have the storytelling folder. I wonder how that's going to be. I wonder what stories people are going to bring. I wonder how that's going to turn out. I wonder what Brian's going to say this. I'm just really curious. What else might unfold for us? I wonder. And staying off of this triangle and inviting in new levels of wonder. And the cue when we ask these questions about imagining and is to stay out of this triangle. And also as I wonder these things, as I feel them, I feel, do you feel this in yourself? You feel stronger. It's like, I wonder how I'm going to show up. I wonder what's mine to do. This gets exciting. I wonder what's going to download for me for the next chapter of my life in this situation. There's a strengthening to this. You can, as I say this, and you can feel it, maybe your chair, your posture feels stronger. And in this place of wonder and curiosity and awareness, it's like, oh, I see you. Yeah, go back on the shelf. Blessings. And we never skip this. This is the nature of being human. So when it happens, you go, yeah, triangle. There it is. There it is. Presence. Something happens. We drift, and then we shift, and we're back to presence. And the question is, how long are we going to drift? The guy in the gospel, 38 years sitting there, 38 years. I wonder if there's anything I've been holding on to for 38 years that I've been blaming. Do your parents come to mind? How long have we been blaming family members? How long have we been blaming and being victim to long-term situations in our life? When do we want to put the triangle down and get radically responsible for our own lives? Let's end this in a time of prayer. If you just take a breath. Join me as we connect and know the truth of our strength and the power of our imaginations. We sit in that energy. We call forward the energy, the divine energy of strength. And we know I am that strength. I am the one who takes full and total and radical responsibility for what's mine to do. I am the imagination. Divine imagination is the essence of my being. It allows me to expand my consciousness to wonder how else I might show up in service in life and show up in connection to the one and show up aligned myself with the one presence. that is the truth of my nature. And with this knowing of my I am energy of strength and my ability to connect in my imagination and my wondering and my curiosity that expands it out, I know I can go forward in my life in amazing levels of curiosity and wonder that opens and expands for myself and for everyone I connect with. And we can be in this presence of wonder and expansion with strength, with radical strength that says, I can pick up my mat, I can stand, I can walk. I don't need to be a victim of other things. I can move forward with the next vision, the next moment of clarity that's called for me. I have the strength to move forward with the clarity that I get, that downloaded from the I am consciousness, from this Jesus that says, take radical responsibility, pick it up, you do it, you take responsibility, find that energy, that divine spark, that Christ energy of your own nature, says the Christ. And then move forward from there. And I know as I go forward, I'll find myself in drift, and that's fine and bless it. But I can quickly, I know with strength and imagination and asking the questions that expand beyond this triangle of blame and shame and victim and victor and fixing other people and fixing myself, and stand in the open energy of allowing that sacredness of my own soul to expand, open to the vibration of the universe. And each of us go forward with the truth of that potentiality, that powerful potentiality of our nature. And so as we close, we take this tool with us, this triangle. Just watch it. It's just a tool. If we find ourselves in that triangle, go, drifting. See it with awareness and shift to the I am nature of your own being and rest in the strength of your own divine nature. This is your gift. This is your calling. This is a path forward to our transformation. This may even be a place of our devotion to arise in our Christ consciousness for ourselves, for our friends, for this community, for the world. Yeah. And so it is. And so it is. Amen.
Radical love, radical allowing, radical wonderment. I like that. This is a time for our offering now. And let's hold this as the ushers come forward, this thought. The prospering power of God is my only reality. I am now in the flow of prosperity, and all that is right for me flows to and through me with ease. Join me in saying our offertory blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. So it is.
Life, it is a song, it's in the air, I am breathing hope It's in the prayer I am praying. Peace, it is a dream. I feel it beating in my heart. And love, it is the bond uniting all as one in my life. It is my prayer, it is my dream, it's in my breath, it is my song.
Thank you. So we bless these gifts. So much gratitude for all the finances you share. But it's not just the finances, it's the consciousness of abundance and prosperity, along with the consciousness of divine ideas. And I'm going to say a commitment to be strong in our I am consciousness for the Christ presence. So thank you for all you bring forward for this community, for the city of Bellingham, for unity worldwide. And we bless these gifts and go forward and knowing in many ways, in so many ways, we too can be integral to bringing peace to our planet. Yeah, and so it is. So let's end with the prayer of protection. Would you like to stand? And I think most of you know it. We'll just put some good energy into it to conclude. Ready? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well. And so it is. Peace be with you. Have a good day.